Well, here's a progress report. It's currently the 13th of September 2014. I have not had the whole summer to work on this. I've been busy with other things around the house, but I've had a chance to get back into this. As you can see here, I've got the stock oil filter with cooler, and that got to be kind of challenging. There's a little notch in here, there's another one in here. You can take a look, you can see I've taken the catalytic converter and I just sliced a little bit off of it. That's a piece of stainless, and what I'll do is, for that little bit that's been removed on that side, I'll put a gusset, I'll put a filler piece in here to back it up and give it some more strength. The most challenging part was this pipe, because to get it, originally it came out this way, where this hose is, and the hose came into the top of it. But to do the fitting, you can't get in there to do any tacking, and I was literally marking, welding, tacking, and putting it in and out until finally I got the location, which I think now is okay. This fitting was on the pipe. I just cut it out, TIG welded around. This is a water pipe for cooling. It's also tied into the after run circuit for the turbocharger. These are copper couplings that you'd use on your residential water line, pressed on with a 12-ton press. Apart from that, all the rest of the lines fit. Complicated, busy, but yeah, I think it's going to work functionally. Okay, whether the engine's going to work with the ECU yet, that's to be seen. Turbochargers here. I came forward a bit and hammered out a piece. This would have to go in afterwards. That little filler would go in. I've got the hammer form to make that. You just cut out a piece of metal and start pounding away on it, and that's what you'll get, is that little piece, and then you'd stretch some fabric over it in the car, and you'd hardly even notice it was there. The cover here is done as well. I might have a little bit of clearance issues here. Trying to do this, you're trying to think far enough ahead, and then you come into a problem, you look and say, oh geez, I only got a 1/4 inch here, so that might have to be relieved this way, and then the cover would have to be relieved. Air cleaner is in here. Primarily I chose that location because the air scoop, which is on this side, comes in, and the air cleaner is going to get cold air from the scoop all the time, rather than trying to figure out some other hot spot to get it from. Used a snail mount off the X1, custom made the mount. I think I did a video on that already. It's been so long. Probably going to have to reorder a piece of pipe like this. I need that fitting so I can put it on here. Water cooled air cooler, water to air turbocharged intercooler. Plumbing will be done when it's on the other car. Inlet lines going in. There's a fitting for the second map sensor and a barb that's got to go in. I'm currently working on those. Motor mounts. What you can see in here too, the motor mounts in there. That's just the O2 sensor cable hangings. Still got to tie it into the harness. Gear shift cables. They're pretty close to that the catalytic converter. Gonna have to do some probably header wrap or something, some kind of a heat shield, just so they don't get scorched. And right now, this is my test cell. You can see I've got the gas pedal on here. I've got the shifter steering column, fuse boxes, cluster, turbocharger gauge, other push buttons that go on it. There's a battery in here. Made a fuel cell for it, stock fuel pump, body control module, ABS pump, and see what's going to happen. I did not at this time incorporate the wheel sensors into it. I'm going to see if I can get this thing just to run. And talking to a Chrysler mechanic down at the dealership, he doesn't think we'll need it. He says it's going to blow a code, but feels that it will work. If it doesn't, the bearings that are in the stock X1 hub are the same size as what's in the Fiat 500. They're a direct measurement. The only difference is it has the reluctor, the magnetic components to give the pulses. And what I would have to do is on the wheels here, put a block in here, weld it on, and then put the wheel sensor, probably 2 wheel sensors on each hub. But apart from that, we should be good. So a lot to think of. I know it's not going to be ideal. You got to start somewhere, and well, that's what I'm doing. So little by little, I think it's got some promise. Trying to figure out where some of this stuff goes. I mean, that's the biggest problem. I've ordered 2 manuals, one from All Data, the other one I ended up ordering from Tech Authority. None of the manuals give a piping diagram. They're very vague. They're trying to hang on to the information as long as possible, and this is proving to be a little bit tiring, because I have to look for pictures on the internet of other cars that are partly torn apart to see where the heck that hose goes and how it all happens. So again, challenging is probably the best way to present this. As for that high Abarth air filter cover, well, that's not going to go in. There's some of those aftermarket ones. I'm probably going to just fold, for 300 bucks, I'll fold one out of stainless and probably paint it with a high temperature paint and get a Scorpion emblem decal made up for it and put it on. So give you an update. We're not there yet. There's still lots of hurdles here, but I've got to get all the plumbing done on it. I've got a spare RX-7 rad that I'm going to go put in this location where the fuel tank is, pipe it in. One of the other problems too is that the water lines are actually reversed as they come off this engine, so they're going to have to be crisscrossed, or you'd have to make a custom rad at the front to be able to use it, because the cold water is coming back on the high side and the hot is going in on the bottom, so that's not ideal either. So anyhow, little update, say a prayer.